employees an annual audited financial statement as city contributes to the Soda Trail Library as contracted. Mayor Twitty, ex officio. Councilman Vivian Smith. Chamber of Commerce. City is represented by 2 members of the board. The city requires an annual audited financial statement as the city contributes to the Chamber of Commerce as contracted. Mayor Twitty, ex officio. City Manager Bennett Adams, ex officio. Boys and Girls Club. The city is represented by 1 member on this board. The city requires an annual audited financial statement as the city contributes to the Boys and Girls Club as contracted. Mayor Vernon Twitty Jr. RDC Board appointed. Deputy Palmer III from the city. Historic Preservation Committee. Janet Crane, 3-year term. Larcene Dawson, 3-year term. Melanie Kemp, 3-year term. Ginger Kimball, 3-year term. Mitchell County Recreation Board. Vernon Twitty Jr. Mitchell County Health Department Board. 6-year term. Rosa Ward, Mayor Vernon W. Twitty. Development Authority of the City of Camilla. E.J. Van IV, Vice Chairman, 2-year term. Harold Jenkins, 2-year term. J. Frank Dixon, 2-year term. Eddie Toombs, 2-year term. Deputy Palmer III, Secretary Treasurer, 2-year term. J. Robert McDaniel, Secretary Treasurer. Adelia Ford, Mayor Twitty, ex officio. City Manager Bennett Adams, ex officio. Attorney Tommy Colvin. Camilla Tree Committee, 1-year terms. Deputy Palmer III, City Council Member. Bennett Adams, City Manager. Martha Cabinets, Planning Commission Member. Janet Smith, Realtor. Rad Yeager. Zoning Appeals Board. Board has 5 members. 3-year terms after initial board constitution. Vic Warren, 2-year term. Tim Wade, 2-year term. Robert Brown, 3-year term. Chip Smithwick, 3-year term. Robert McDaniel, 3-year term. SGGSA Government Authority, 4-year terms. Deputy Palmer III, Council Member. Bennett Adams, Manager. City Attorney, Tommy Colvin. City Auditor, Richard Waters. City Municipal Court Judge, Robert Richardson. City Municipal Court Solicitor, Blake Brantley. Election Superintendent, Mark Shiver.
That's in the form of motion.
That's in the form of a motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the board members, and these are even reappointments. Everyone on these committees have been contacted and are agreeable to continue their service to the city. So we look forward to working with them another year. Do we have any questions, any other comments? All in favor of approving these, please raise your hand. Okay, all opposed? And that is approved. We will go into further internal appointments at a later time.
That was not up.
That's all we've got as far as
Okay.
community appointments. Second line.
Council discussed an amendment to the 401A defined contribution plan. The plan was approved this past November, but some of the paperwork was incorrect and needs amending. GMA has provided the city with a new document. Attorney Coleman has reviewed and approved the new document that meets the approval of GMA and the IRS. At this time, City Manager Adams will be the only participant in this plan. Early 2012, Manager Adams will meet with all employees to explain the 401A defined contribution plan. If employees choose to put a portion of their salary into this plan, the city will match up to 1% of their salary deferral. The Administrative Committee recommends approval and authorizes the mayor to sign all documents associated with this 401A plan. This is a motion.
I'll second.
Motion and second to approve an amendment to the 401 defined contribution plan. Then we've got a pretty good overview from what Council Member Smith just read. Would you give us a little further insight into it?
Okay. Well, first, as Councilman Smith stated, I will be the only participant in this plan at this time. And we've already scheduled in February of this next month, we're going to have a meeting with all employees of the city and give them an opportunity to participate in this plan. It's a plan where you can put a portion of your salary into this defined contribution plan and the city will match it. When the city council approved this in November, there were 15 employees who were participating in this plan at that time who would have been able to begin participating in November, but in an effort to be fair with all employees, we're going to go back and have the meeting in February and make this plan available to all 100 employees of the city. I've asked to be put in this defined contribution plan. I will not be in the defined benefit plan, which the other employees are participating in. So, and if you do, if you're one of the other employees, if you participate in the defined benefit plan and the defined contribution plan, you're actually going to be able to put more of your salary aside than I am in the plan that I'm in. But I asked to do that. It's a portable plan. Hope to be here for a number of years, but city and county managers' life expectancy is about 5 to 6 years, and that's just statewide. That's the way it works. And this is a plan that if I were to leave here and go somewhere else, I can take it with me, and future managers can do the same thing. Thank you, Mayor.
Do we have any other questions, any other comments? All in favor of the amendment to the defined contribution plan, please raise your hand. All opposed, like sign, and it passes. Okay.
Mayor Haywood has requested that rather than the city host a reception for the departing mayor, which has been the practice in the past, she would prefer any funds set aside for such an event be divided up and a donation be made to the library, Boys and Girls Club, and the Georgia B. Williams Nursing Home Committee. Mayor Haywood noted that she was not speaking for outgoing Councilman Ben Jenkins. After discussion, it was decided the reception will proceed as planned and that a $50 donation will be made to the 3 entities that Mayor Haywood had chosen. The Administrative Committee recommends approval for the city to make a $50 donation to the 3 above chosen entities. This is a motion.
Second.
Motion is second to make the donations to these 3 charities. Do we have any discussion or any questions? If not, all in favor? All opposed, like sign, and it passes. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Report from the Public Works Committee.
The council discussed a resolution stating the watershed protection plan for the city of Camilla, revised October 2011, was adopted by the city council. Once the city adopts the revised watershed protection plan, EPD will issue a letter acknowledging the city has completed the watershed protection plan requirement in the city's NPDES permit. The Public Works Committee recommends approval of the resolution and authorizes the mayor to sign. This is a form of motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to pass a resolution concerning the watershed protection plan. Bennett, you want to give us a little bit more information?
Well, Mayor, the watershed protection plan is this wonderful 94-page document here that the city had to prepare as part of their national permit that we received from our NPDES permit, which is part of the stormwater and water quality requirements of the state and federal government. And the city has been working on this plan for quite some time. We have received a letter from the head of the state Environmental Protection Division saying that with the approval of this resolution and the implementation of some monitoring plans that have to be done as part of this watershed protection plan, which city staff is meeting with our consultant tomorrow to initiate that plan. With this approval of the resolution, then they will send us a formal notification that we have met all the requirements of the stormwater protection plan.
Okay. Any other questions? All in favor of the resolution for the watershed protection plan, raise your hand. All opposed, like sign, it passes. Okay.
Paige Gilchrist of the Mitchell County Development Authority and Roger Register with a consulting firm of Cardno TDE were available at the January 3rd work session to give an overview of the EPA Brownfields Grant. This project will involve preparation of a Brownfields Coalition assessment grant that will identify sites that may have environmental problems associated with petroleum products or hazardous substances. The cost for the grant preparation is $3,000. The cities of Camilla, Pelham, and the Mitchell County Development Authority are splitting the cost equally. The city's share is $1,000. The countywide grant request will be for $1,000, and Mitchell County Development Authority will serve as the lead agency. The grant will not be submitted until October 2012. If the city receives the grant, the project will begin in July or August 2013. Mr. Register stated that rural communities have done well in getting these grants. The Public Works Committee recommends approval for the expenditure and authorizes the mayor to sign any documents. This is in the form of a motion.
Second.
$1 million.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1 million is what the grant is.
Let's have 0.
Kind of thought I was repeating myself. I figured I could do simple math, but.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the expenditure to come up with an assessment grant of places that in our community that perhaps have hazardous substances on them or a brownfield. Bennett, you want to give us a little bit extra. This is not to do anything. This is just to make an assessment and come up with and allow this company to make apply for a grant for us.
That's correct. This I think is an excellent example of how three governmental agencies can work together and have a common goal. As Councilman Lawrence read, the city of Camilla and Pelham and the Mitchell County Development Authority are each putting in $1,000 to get this $3,000 study performed. If it worked for this intergovernmental cooperation, we would only be eligible for $500,000 versus $1 million. And as the citizens here and any citizens that hear this on television, if you have a site that you think may have been contaminated by petroleum or hazardous substances, please contact me here at the city office, or if you're in Pelham, contact the city manager in Pelham, because the whole purpose of this study is to find and identify sites of this nature. Once this study is done, if it's approved, then we'll go back and do further study, and it could lead to another application for funds that could actually be used to clean up the sites. So this is an exciting thing because we're doing it as a group of three governmental entities, and it has the potential to clean up some potential problem areas within the county, specifically Pelham and Camilla.
Then the individual own the property still being controlled of the property, it still be their property.
At some point, the city might have to get, or development might have to become owners of the property in order to get the second grant fund. But initially, during this assessment, the property owners would maintain control of the property. And as a property owner, I mean, it's not EPA coming in and saying you're going to have to clean up your property. It's the cities of Pelham and Camilla and the Development Authority coming to you saying, if you think you got a problem, let us identify it, and then we'll work together to resolve the problem. So,
but this initial $1,000 will go to an assessment whereby this company comes in and with the help of willing property owners comes up with a plan to down the road perhaps clean up spots. Any other questions? All in favor of the expenditure, signature authorization for the EPA Brownfields grant, raise your hand. All opposed, like sign, and it passes. Is that all you have from the Public Works Committee? Okay, thank you. City Manager?
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Mayor, I'll just hit on a couple of things that were discussed in the work session. We're gonna be resurfacing some roads up in the north part of the county in conjunction with our community development block grant project, which was recently completed. We had planned to do that first of the month, but because of the weather, we had to delay that. We're also looking at starting our online bill payments sometime in February or March at the latest. For those of you who are using online bill payment now, you'll be able to utilize that option when you get your utility bill. We're also involved in a big project that you really don't see every day, but we're expanding our wastewater treatment facility up behind Equities very significantly. And that's been an ongoing project. It started probably about 16 months ago, and we hope to have it completed. We're having a meeting later this month with the contractor rentals construction at Equities.